What's up, everybody? It's the Ginger Yeti, and I'm checking in from home. So I went down to Simone's the other day, picked up a couple beers, saw this on the shelf, and it looked really interesting just because of the collaboration. And then I got home and saw what it was, which makes it, I don't know if it makes it more interesting or less interesting or what. So this is the Passport Royale Mixed Culture IPA, which basically means it's a sour IPA. You don't see a lot of sour IPAs. I've had very few of them. So that's pretty unique in and of itself. Oh, I got a hair. However, Passport Royale is brewed by Brewery Ommegang in Cooperstown, New York, in collaboration with Birrificio del Ducato, I'm sure I said that horribly, from Saragna, Italy. I butchered that as well. Sorry about that. If you don't know where that is, that's in northern Italy. I think the closest city that I know of was Milan, a little south of Milan. And then the third brewery is breweries Liefmans out of Vlaams, Belgium. So it's crazy to see those three different breweries brew a beer together. Or at least I thought it was. But then I was looking into this beer. All three of these breweries are subsidiaries of Duvel Moortgat. So, even though they are kind of their own individual entities, individual breweries, they're all owned by Duvel. So is it really collaboration, or is it just Duvel just using three different brewery names, slapping them on a can, and they brewed a beer somewhere? I don't know. You all let me know down below in the comments what you think of that. Are they still three separate breweries, or is it all just branches of Duvel, and it's really just a Duvel beer? I don't know, but it still seemed cool. I didn't realize all three of those breweries were part of Duvel. I didn't even know never even heard of Ducato, however you say it before. It's a 7% alcohol beer. I paid $4.69 for it. Best by March 25th of 2026. And it's got the date on it written like you would in Europe or most of the rest of the world. 25/03/2026. It also says Coop 25/06/25. So I don't know if that's when it was actually brewed or what. Now on the can here, it said it's got all three logos. I mean, you see that on the shelf, you're going to be interested in what it is, right? There's a little blurb on the back of the can and a little blurb on Untappd. They both say similar things, but I'm going to read them both. This unique collaboration celebrates the art of brewing and blending. A mixed culture IPA born from three iconic breweries, Liefmans, Ducato, and Ommegang. It brings together sour mastery, hop innovation, and Belgian-inspired tradition. Fermented with Saccharomyces and Lactobacillus, Passport Royale delivers bright acidity, subtle fruit, and layered hops. Made to honor Belgian National Day and month. Made to honor Belgian National Day and month. Interesting. It's a toast to global creativity and complexity. Sour India Pale Ale with natural flavors. God, I hate natural flavors. Why do they always have to add natural flavors? I'll never stop complaining about natural flavors. Quit putting that shit in your beer. You don't need to add natural flavors. If you brew it and it doesn't taste good, then it's not a good beer. You don't need to add natural flavors. So, on Untappd, similar blurb, but a little bit different. Three world-class brewers from three nations have united to create what can only be described as one of the most luxurious blended beers ever crafted. It's a high claim right there. At Ommegang, we are honored to present this exceptional collaboration between Belgium's iconic Liefmans, Italy's gold medal winning Birrificio del Ducato, and New York's own brewery Ommegang. The blend, pale sour, Machete IPA, and blueberry beer. What in the world is this going to be? The more I read, the more I talk, the more odd and weird and strange this becomes. This would be a beer that would be featured on WTF Wednesday with a Beer Day with TK if he still had his channel going. This would be an excellent beer for that. I don't know if I'm excited or worried to get into this beer, but we're going to find out either way. So on Untappd, it gets a 3.75 with 1.2 thousand check-ins. Beer Advocate, there was no score. And I'm sure most of the people on Untapped, or a large portion of them who have drank this, have no idea what a sour IPA is. I've never had one. Because they're just so rare. I think I've only ever had 3 or 4 out of the almost 8,000 beers that I know I've tried over the years. So let's get a nose on it. The first impression, this is a freshly cleaned glass. I hand clean all my glasses, rinse them out real well, let them dry. Before I come up to the studio to try beers, I rinse them out a second time. The first thing I got off the nose was soap, like soapy, soap sud, kind of like a clean soapy smell. And now I'm getting like kind of just a very wispy sour note. It's not very strong. It's not very bold. There's just now, the first scent was like soap, which was really odd, unexpected. And now it just kind of has this very subtle bit of a sour smell, but not much else. The can kind of has a hoppy, grassy kind of smell to it. This thing is just already throwing curveballs. Color? It's a light yellow, lightish, lemony yellow. It's somewhat hazy. Can't see completely through it. Looks like a fair bit of carbonation. It's got about a pinky's worth of white, finely packed, tightly packed, bubbled head. Surprisingly, I didn't dip my beak in it. Let's taste this Sour India Pale Ale and see what it's all about. If I didn't mention it's 7.5% ABV, I probably did, but let's taste this thing and find out. Cheers, everybody. That is odd. There is so much going on in there. I don't even know where to begin. I get this like blueberry flavor, but it's a sugary blueberry, like a blueberry sweet tart or blueberry lickamaid or like blueberry pixie stick. There's a tartness to it. Then there's a little bit of like grassy hop. The finish is like more of that blueberry, then a little bit of that grassy hop again, then extremely drying. It's very drying. This is really different. Other than the dryness, there's no indication of the 7.5% ABV whatsoever. And it's just really hard to describe because it's got this, like I said, this really good, I don't want to say it's sugary and kind of like candy, like pixie sticks, but it's a good blueberry flavor, like a sugary sweet blueberry flavor. And then there's this dryness, but it's not overtly sweet. It's not crazy sweet. A little bit of grassiness in there. That I guess there's probably some bitterness in there that's cutting through the sweetness to keep the sweetness in check. This is delicious. This is really well done. I really like this beer. With all that I just said, I really like this. It's so hard to describe. I mean, the swallow is almost like a IPA in the sense, or a double IPA, kind of like almost a creamy swallow with almost like that it's just that creamy smoothness you get in some of those like double IPAs. But there's not a lot of bitterness in here. That blueberry, it's crazy how much it's like a blueberry pixie stick, but it's not just cloying, crazy, punchy in the mouth sweet. Again, this is really good. I really like this beer. Brewery Ommegang, Birrificio del Ducato, Brewery Liefmans. Apologize for butchering your names. I'm going to give you all 2 horns up. I really enjoy this. For $4.69 for a can that's a collaboration between those 3 breweries, and there's such a crazy, unique style that you don't see a lot of. This is very well done. If you want to be adventurous and embrace the adventure, you see this on the shelf, pick it up, buy it. It's probably something you haven't had very much of if you've even tasted something like this at all. It's an adventurous beer, but it's approachable. I highly recommend picking this beer up if you can find it. If you made it this far in the video, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. And you know what I say? Let's burp through everything, right? That's not what I say. Wow, that burp tastes like IPA. Wow, this beer just keeps coming back for more, right? And as always, embrace the adventure.